what it do?
You are now keying in.
Keying in with the one and only Kiki Simone as she lock in with the dopest
Christian hip hop,
gospel and inspirational artists from all over. Bringing you the dopest, exclusive interviews that you get here and only here first. Powered by yours truly.
Live Loud Legacy.
And Visionary Vision.
Qui'N In. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kiki Simone, and you are now tuned in to What Qui'N In with Kiki Simone. And on this particular platform that we have here, what we do is we interview some of the hottest artists, some of the hottest people that you might know, celebrities, or I'm speaking all that into existence, right? But we interview all different types of people, and today, who we're gonna interview. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I don't know if y'all ready, but I am. Anywho, let me introduce to some of you Qui'N James. What's up, Qui'N James?
Man, what's good, man? What's good?
How you
Glad
doing?
to be on the show, man.
How you
I'm
doing,
doing
brother?
well, man.
You sure?
Okay.
You positive?
I'm positive. I can't complain, man. All is well. I know y'all got, you speaking of celebrities there, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I got my first celebrity on the on my very first episode. Got my first celebrity.
I appreciate that boost of confidence.
Well, in my eyes, you are a celebrity, and even if you don't want to be one, that's okay. I know you do what you do, and you do it well. But it's a lot of people that's watching this particular platform, and they may know who you are. They may not know who you are, but today they gonna find out. So, how about we getting to know a little bit of who Qui'N James is? How about that?
Cool.
Okay, well, I'm ready to roll with it. Now, Qui'N James, I didn't know where you came up with that name. Can you kind of tell the people exactly where did that name come from?
Qui'N James, man, I got that name before Christ. When I was in the streets and whatnot, a lot of my homeboys, they were real flashy. When they get money, they want to buy all the fancy clothes and cars. And, you know, I did my share of stuff here and there, but compared to them, I was a lot more laid back, a little more low key. So they was just like, man, you just so plain, man, this and that. And my mindset was, I'm trying to make money, not let everybody know I'm making it. You know what I'm saying? So that was just my name. And then when I came to Christ, I kind of let it stick, for one, because people knew me by that, and then two, just coming to Christ, man, all the glory goes to Him. I'm just Qui'N James, so anything He can do with me, He can do with you. There's nothing special about me. The only one special is the one we serve. So that's why I kind of held on to it.
So you would basically say that, you know, you just went from the old to the new, but it has a whole new meaning though now, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's what's up. That's definitely what's up. Now, I got to ask you this question because you super tall, right? And, well, I'm super short, but you're super tall, to me at least. How tall are you, Qui'N James?
I am 6'4".
Oh, my gosh. When did the growth spurt hit? When did that happen?
Man, I played basketball my whole life, so I think probably like early high school, I started getting taller, so yeah.
So were you good?
I like to think so. You know what I'm saying? I like to think so. I played pretty well. I had a few opportunities come about playing basketball. That's probably like my first passion in life is basketball. But
I
just
didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I
Okay.
played AAU, played through high school. Even made a college team. They wanted me to red shirt, and I just decided not to play.
Oh, wow.
Going back, that's probably one of my choices I wish I would have did differently. But then again, I try not to live with regret because you never know.
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's true.
So I feel like God got me where I'm supposed to be. But yeah, basketball, that was my thing. I dropped off T-Strike in New Mexico one time. He'll tell you about it.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Yeah, he got to tell me all about that because I don't know nothing about that. Well, I hear Martin then chimed in with us for just a minute. But now, Qui'N James, I got to ask you this, right? Okay, so you're super tall. Have you been tall all your life?
Compared to other people, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Okay, were you bad? Were you bad? That's really what I'm trying to get to. Were you a bad tall kid?
I had my moments. You know what I'm saying? I had bad.
Mm,
I had some bad moments. You know, I was smart. You know, I wasn't dumb, so I was strategic. You know what I'm saying? But
okay.
I, yeah, I definitely had my bad moments. If I'm honest, you know,
So
I just
if you were bad and you had bad moments, tell us, give us one of the bad moments. Like, what did you get in trouble
mm,
for? That you can, that you can actually say out loud,
let me think
without
around the years
incriminating
or like,
yourself and, something happening afterwards.
I refuse to answer any question on the ground that
uh,
may incriminate me. Urine test or both? I refuse to
yeah,
answer any
I
question
can't
under
put
the
some
ground
stuff out
that
there
they
because
may
some people still
incriminate
active. You
me.
know what I'm saying? So that's a good drop right there.
Okay.
Um,
Okay,
I'll say
so
stuff like,
go
yeah,
ahead,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, go ahead.
I'll probably some stuff I can't really disclose, but I would say, um, I guess just going back. I mean, I was real big on gambling, like shooting dice stuff like. So we be at school, we'll be skipping class, shooting dice, doing stuff like that.
Right.
Just typical stuff that you see in high school, but in the school or different things of that nature. But
Okay.
yeah, other stuff I gotta hold on to the other stuff.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and hold on to that because we still need you on the outside. We don't need you, on the inside.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, there's some
yeah,
effective people in there too, but we would prefer that you stay on the outer courts. So,
definitely.
let me ask you this: so you had some bad moments, that's what you say, air
Mm-hmm.
quote. Now, how did you
But
get into music? Like, how did you go from doing what you were doing then to actually getting into music?
oh man, crazy thing is I had some homeboys as we were coming up. They actually were rappers or whatnot. They were actually pretty good. I had two homeboys. They were a group. And I would just help like pay for studio time for them and different things like that. And
Mm-hmm.
we believed in what they were doing. And I would just write stuff or whatever, but just being real, I could write and put words together, but I didn't really see myself as being no rapper.
Gotcha.
But then they were like, man, you put the words together, good, try it. But I didn't really have no delivery. I didn't really have no flow. I just knew how to make words rhyme or whatever. And then over time, man, I just kept messing with it, kept messing with it. And then later on, I linked up with two more homeboys I had, and we formed a group called Money Mob. And we were kind of in the streets together or whatnot, and we were rapping and doing so the whole thing kind of went together. And
Oh,
just practicing on my craft, man, and just working on it. Eventually, it became something I enjoyed. I never
oh.
really seen it going super far,
Mm-hmm.
but just doing it and then just being in Atlanta, man, landed me in the studio with some people that I never thought I would be in the studio with. Had to meet some people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it, so it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It started out just being a hobby, just messing around, and then it kind of took off a little bit.
Right. So have you been around, like rap all your life? Or was it more so of, just like R&B, like back in the day, used to be soul music and
Well,
stuff like that? Or
I always been I always been a fan of all types of music. Like just growing up, I grew up in a musical household. Like my older brother, his car, he had the big speakers in the back. He'd be bumping rap music and stuff. And, then my folks, they was on the old school music. You know what I'm saying? Blue Light in the Basement, all that R&B and all the old school stuff. So, being young, I didn't really appreciate some of that music the way I do now, being older and realizing some of the stuff they talk about. But I was always around music, so I had a pretty big palette for music of all varieties. But hip hop, it kind of just stuck out because I felt like they really spoke more to the culture and more to the lifestyle that I was living and the people that I was around. So that's kind of made me gravitate toward rap more so than anything else.
okay, okay. And plus you could put, those lyrics you said, like you can make stuff rhyme, you can make stuff come together and stuff like that. So that really does kind of make sense, honestly. So I'm just thinking, when I first heard who Plain James was, I was like, this dude sounds so distinct. Like your
Yeah.
voice, in my opinion, like I can recognize that voice anywhere. Like it's a whole bunch of people that sound like each other, really. Everybody say they can rap, but you have this distinctive voice that I've never heard before. And I think that's really what drew me to your music, is because of that distinctive voice. Have you always liked your voice, or tell us about that?
Man, my voice is something that my rap voice, it is what it is. I try not to sound like nobody else. It's just me. But
Mm-hmm.
some people, like anything else, some people love it, some people hate it. And
Right.
coming on to the scene early in music and just trying to, as an artist, trying to get your confidence and establish yourself. At one point, it was discouraging. Like, dang man, like folks don't like the way I sound. I can't help the way I sound. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But
You
after,
can't.
you know what I'm saying? But after a while, man, it was enough people that were supporting what I was doing and believing it and enjoying it and being blessed by it and encouraged by it. I began to just start focusing more so on the love more so than the hate. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea, but at the end of the day, I can lay down every night knowing I'm being myself. And God is using it. So, like I said, God has exceeded every expectation I ever had for me doing any kind of music. So,
Amen to
hey,
that.
I'm just gonna be me, and wherever the chips fall, that's where they fall.
Now, you just kind of said something that kind of really led into my next question. And so you somewhat kind of answered that. But I want you to kind of really go into it just a little bit more if there's something else that you can't add. What really separates you from a lot of other Christian hip hop artists? What do you think? And I'm not saying separate like to make you like all to shine on me or anything like that. But what do you
Right.
think that, what do you think that your music either does, or how do you think that separates you from another Christian hip hop artist?
Well, I think the main thing that's gonna separate us is just being ourselves, just being real. I think, like music is a real trendy thing. So if something is popular, if a secular artist come with a particular rhyme pattern or style or flow or sound of music, typically other people tend to gravitate toward that sound and try to copy and imitate it. But with me, I try to stay away from trends. I try to stay away from what everybody else is doing. And like I said before, to try to maintain my identity and who I am. Like Lil Baby, it's only one Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's
Right,
gonna be able to
right.
do Lil Baby like Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? It's only one gun. It's only one. So for me, I look at it like it's only one James, and I feel like I have life experiences. I have things that I've been through and I've seen, and God wants to use me for His glory. So He can't
Amen.
use. God can't use who you pretend to be. He only can use who you are.
And you know
So
what? That's so true.
so I just choose to be myself, man, and not to knock nobody else because some people, they go through their own phases and their own process, and then
Mm-hmm.
eventually they get to a place where they're comfortable being themselves in their own skin and whatnot. And for me, I just feel like that's the best way to do it.
That's
So,
true. That
yeah.
is the best way to do it, to be authentic, to be yourself. And, so many people out here always say, I'm being real. This is where I come from. This is where I come from. But you hear a lot of the same music coming from
Mm-hmm.
people, and it all begins to blend in together. And I'm just like, I can't tell one rapper from the next one. Even in
Right.
CHH, honestly, a lot of people do sound the same. And like I said, your voice is so distinctive, and it really, really, I love it. Cause I know when I'm gonna get a Plain James. I know when he coming in, and ain't no, you don't ever have to think, well, I wonder who this is. Like, nope, not with you. So, your voice, I don't know. I just love your voice. Now, Plain James, I'm going to come back to the
Mm-hmm.
music in just a moment, but I kind of want our viewers to get to know a little bit more about you. Now, I know
Okay.
that you are a foodie. Would you say that
Yeah.
you're a foodie?
Most definitely.
Okay,
Most
so
definitely.
tell me, what food would you absolutely never eat? What food would you never eat?
Would I never eat?
Yes. Is there something that you're just like,
Um,
I would never try it?
I've tried a lot of stuff. I know something that's popular with a lot of people that I don't really like. I'm not a big fan of Chinese food.
Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
Yeah.
You don't like Chinese food?
Nah, I'm not a big fan of Chinese food.
Well, I can't blame. I don't eat a lot of Chinese food either. I only eat rice and broccoli from them. That's it. I don't really eat anything else from Chinese food places. I can't do it. Now,
it's too much to a mystery for me, and I just don't know.
what would you say is your like, what's your go-to food? Like, what's your comfort or your go-to if you just were able to pick? Like, what's your go-to food or dish?
I love my favorite meal of all time is seafood gumbo. That's my favorite meal. I love seafood gumbo.
Now, do you cook it yourself? Or
I have made it.
Oh.
I have made it, but you know, but from my experience, people from that area, like Louisiana, New Orleans, around that area, like to them, that's something they take personal. You know what I'm saying? So I think like every region has certain foods that they feel like they specialize in. So I feel like that's something that they specialize in. Like, I like to cook, but it's just something different when you go to New Orleans or you're in Louisiana and get you some gumbo. It just hit different. You know what I'm saying? So
now, what about traveling? I see you traveling all the time. Is that something that you really like to do?
Oh yeah, I definitely love to travel, man. I love to see new places. I love to try different food, you know, different restaurants. If I go to a city, I like to find a restaurant I might have seen on Food Network or something and try it out.
Oh, that must be nice to be able to go out and do that. Now, of all the places you've traveled, where have you gotten the best food?
The best food?
The best food. Since you like food, you're a foodie, and you like to travel, let's put those two together and let's see. Where is the best food of all the places you've traveled?
That's tough, man. That's tough. I would have to say New Orleans. New Orleans probably got the best food. Yeah, New Orleans. Houston got some good food too.
Oh, Houston does? Okay.
Yeah, Houston got some real good food. Then the Carolinas, like it depends on what you're looking for now. Like you looking for barbecue, you know, you looking for seafood, you know, it varies. But I have to say my particular favorite food being Cajun food and gumbo and things like that. I would say New Orleans.
Okay. Now, being also that you like to travel, let's say if somebody said, you know what, Plain James, I'm going to allow you to pick a place that you want to go to and you don't have to pay for it. So if you can have an all expense paid vacation, this is like, you ain't got to pay for nothing. All expense paid vacation, where would you go to?
Man, I like my favorite place that I've been, it's going to sound weird, was the Oregon coast. It's Lincoln City, like Depot Bay. It's like the 101 highway. I guess it goes all the way to California or whatnot. But that coast over there, that's the most beautiful place I've ever been. So and I've been to like Puerto Rico and Trinidad and different places. But you know, and those are nice places. Don't get me wrong. But I had to say my favorite place would definitely be that Oregon coast.
Okay, now I ain't never been to Oregon before, but of course, no. Shout out to Cali, and shout out to the 101 as well. Oregon, I would have never thought you would have selected there. I would have thought you would have wanted to go overseas or, you know, somewhere tropical or something like that. But you want to stay in the United States. But you Plain James though, so you know what else we gonna expect?
I say it like this: if it's somewhere in the United States, I'd say that. If I had to pick, now I'm sitting here thinking I had to pick somewhere overseas, I'd probably say Greece.
Oh,
Greece was like
yes.
It looked pretty dope.
Yes.
I'll probably hit Greece.
That's where I'm trying to get to too. I'm trying to get to Greece. I'm trying to, you know, be able to look over all of the landscaping and all that good stuff. But anywho, Plain James, I think our people have gotten a chance to get to know you. So I want to kind of circle back to your music. I heard from a little birdie. I heard that you got a new project coming out. Did I hear this correctly?
Yes, you did.
Uh-oh. Talk to us about it. Talk to us.
Of course, you know, my ministry, man, for those who don't know, my ministry is Trap Theology. It started in 2015. It started with the first project, Trap Theology. You know, and what I thought was just gonna be an album, and God turned into a ministry. So I dropped Trap Theology, the album, in 2015. I dropped Trap Theology 2 in 2017. And between now and that time, I was doing music, but I kind of was just trying different things and whatnot, just on my own accord. And I kind of shared on social media. Like I had some ideas I thought were good ideas, but they probably weren't God. You know what I'm saying? They probably weren't God ideas. So I kind of was really at the point where I was going to quit doing music. And yeah, and you know, talking to Strike and a few other people that were encouraging me, you know, just praying about it. And the conclusion I came to was like when I was doing the things that God really wanted me to do with it, you know, I was seeing fruit from it. So it caused you to really humble yourself and look like, man, you know, like you try to do your own thing instead of doing what God called you to do in the first place. That's why you kind of feeling the way you feeling. So with this project, man, I kind of got back to the essence of what Trap Theology is, where, you know, God snatched me from that lifestyle. And He want me to go back to those same areas, just with the truth and the language they can understand. So with this project, man, it's the third installment of the Trap Theology series, and that's what it is, man. It's the music design to take the gospel to the streets, you know, in a language they can understand, man. The beats are designed, that's for that. The lyrics, like, he's just talking that lingo and just talking that life, you know what I'm saying? If you've been out there, if you experienced that, you'll know full well what I'm talking about.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't want it to be so street that you miss the message of being about Christ, you know. So I try to give you a good balance of both.
Now, I'm just gonna tell the people, like, right now, okay? I already heard the project. Okay. I already got the scoop. I got the exclusive. Yes. But y'all haven't got it, and the project is coming out very, very soon. Can you tell us when it's coming out, Plain James?
March the 3rd. Friday, March the 3rd. It will be available anywhere you purchase or stream music.
Okay. March 3rd. Now, y'all heard it. March 3rd, that Trap Trilogy is coming out. Trap Trilogy. Now, I was going to try to sing what he had on the project, but I don't think y'all want me to do that. Y'all probably wouldn't go out and buy it. Y'all probably wouldn't go out and get it then. But make sure that y'all go out and get the new project by Plain James called Trap Trilogy. Now, Plain James, real quick, tell us how did the production come about with all of that?
Oh, man. So, like I told you, I was really in a spot where, just being honest, man, just life situation, a lot of things going on at one time. Just really just trying to seek direction on what the next move was for my life. Because I've been, you know, doing ministry for a minute, music for a minute, just trying to see if that season was over or whatnot. And I was on the phone with Strike, and he hit up J-Bez for Brace Yourself. You know what I'm saying? Super dope producer.
Shout out to J-Bez.
I know J-Bez. I know J-Bez for a minute. Even when J-Bez was doing music back in the day, I met him. You know, so he was always a solid dude. And he just so happened to turn into like a crazy dope producer. And Sprite like, man, I'm gonna reach out to J-Biz, man, see if he can get you some tracks. So we was all on the phone talking, man. We prayed, and they came up with the idea for him to produce the whole project. And I was like, man, y'all tripping, you know what I'm saying? Because I know his time is valuable and he's good at what he do. So you know, I wanted to make sure, you know, that's what he really wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to inconvenience nobody, nothing like that. But it was like the Lord put it on their heart to do it. And next thing I know, next thing I know, he started flooding me with tracks. And I'm just like, man, every one of them was hard. It was hard to pick the ones I wanted to use. You know, so.
Yeah, J-Bez is definitely one of, in my opinion, one of the top producers in the game, period, whether you want to look at CHH or, you know, on the secular side. Like, I just think that he got some really dope tracks. And I know you said shout out to Strike as well. Shout out to my babe. He is so wonderful and delightful. And I don't know. I just had to shout him out anyway, just because you mentioned him.
For sure. Got to.
Well, Plain James, I am so grateful that you took this opportunity to, you know, come chill with me for just a minute, even though I know it's over the phone. And thank you for chilling with me. I appreciate you, and I am so looking forward to the project coming out. Everybody make sure that on Friday, March the 3rd, that you go out to whatever platform it is that you get your music, whether it's streaming or purchasing. Make sure you go get that Trap Trilogy and make sure that you run up those streams. Run them up.
Please.
You know, like, is it Rihanna? She said, run it up. I think that's who it was. I don't know. Anywho, make sure you run up those streams and make sure that you are really, really listen to the lyrics that he has in this particular project. I definitely think it's going to bless those in the streets and it's going to bless those in the church. So until next time, thank you so much, Plain James. Thank you for my watchers, my listeners, however you watching or listening to me. And make sure that you tune in next time to Qui'N In. And until next time, we'll holla.
Yeah, appreciate the opportunity.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Brace yourself, business. Trap theology.
What's good, man? It's your boy Plain James checking in, repping that Trap Theology. Here to let y'all know on March 3rd, I'm dropping my new album, Trap Trilogy, the third installment of the Trap Theology album series. The whole project was produced by my dog J-Bez from Brace Yourself Beats. Man, he killed it on the production. I got my dog T-Stripe doing the mixing and mastering. Hey, he killed it as well. I'm very excited about this project, got some dope features. So on March 3rd, wherever you purchase or stream music, make sure y'all check out that Trap Trilogy, man. I promise you'll be blessed by it, you won't be disappointed. God bless y'all, Trap Theology. Let's get it.